Today's episode is brought to you by Destiny's Accessories, located inside of A.V. Lopez at 3831 Boca Chica Boulevard in Brownsville. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 4. Destiny Accessories has all the phone and tablet accessories you need, including chargers, screen protectors, wallets, clips, holsters, pop sockets, cases, and much more. Welcome to Paranormal 956. My name is David, and as always, I am here with Bianca.
No, you're not. No, it's not here, guys.
What are we drinking today, Bianca?
We're drinking. Oh, shit. So, basically, I came over to what's it called?
The undisclosed location.
Undisclosed location. And David has a drink named after his wife.
It's called La Chitrona.
Exactly. I don't know. I'm not the one here to confirm. Haven't even tried the drink. Haven't even tried the wife, so let's do it at that.
Okay, so Bianca's been drinking and I have not, so you may notice a slight difference.
Anyways, so he made this, what's it called? Well, it started off as
It started off as like a ghetto margarita.
A cheap margarita, let's call it that.
So instead of like lemon lime mix, I was using like a Sprite.
Diet Sprite, let's make it clear.
Yeah, also true.
Suckier. so it's a Diet Sprite. And what was it? Lalo Tequila.
Triple sec. Shot of triple sec.
Right. And then Andrew was like, let's add tajin, right? And I was like, I think I'm going to need a little bit more than that. So Dave was like, oh, there's chamoy. And then I get the chamoy, right? And like, well, you guys know how chamoy is, like pretty thick. So I was trying to pour it like little by little, but you just see the chunk.
Yeah.
You just
all
see
came
the
at
chunk.
once.
And then we tried and it was pretty good.
Yeah. So what are we calling this new drink we invented today?
The joke.
The joke, named after Bianca.
Right.
And so what are we talking about today now that we...
The joke. No, the Joker. Whoa.
No. Okay. Like I said, Bianca's been drinking a little bit. We are talking about the Killer Clown Fiasco of 2015. And so I guess I'll start. It started in Green Bay, Wisconsin, if I remember right.
Okay.
And so the whole thing that started was there was these guys making a movie, like making fun of either John Wayne Gacy or It.
Okay.
Or something like that. And so they were making fun of this with a movie.
Right.
So kind of like think about like Scary Movie or Not Another Teen Movie. They were trying to do that.
Just jokes.
Yeah, just jokes. And so what they did to kind of get publicity is they got this, it looked a lot like It, the clown.
Right.
And they would just show up at really weird places. Right.
Okay.
And just stand there and just freak people out. Right.
Right. Just random clowns.
Just random. And so somebody took a picture or video of these clowns.
Started going viral.
And it went viral. And so shortly after that, it started happening all over the world.
Right.
Right. And so what I didn't realize until doing my research on this, by the way, this was all recommended to us by one of our listeners. Alan Pace is his name.
Okay.
Listens to us out of San Diego.
Big shout out to Alan.
Right? Shout out
Diego,
over there. Gave us this idea. He gave us another one that I need to do some more research on because it's a pretty disturbing story. I don't know how to tell it. It's so messed up.
But eventually
we're going to get to that one. Yeah. But we are grateful that he sent us this story. And so in my research, I did not realize that this also corresponded. And this was something that I asked you if you wanted me to tell you earlier. And you said, let's wait for the episode.
Okay.
It corresponded with the release of Pokemon Go.
Nah.
Yeah. So Pokemon Go, I don't know. Were you into Pokemon or were you aware of any of that going on?
Just until Brooklyn.
Okay. Right. Okay. So when Pokemon Go came out, it was like everywhere. And so for those of you who don't know, this is going to be a little weird flex, but I'm a level 50 Pokemon Go player. I'm the highest level that you get. Right?
Right.
I'm the highest level you get. So I take Pokemon Go seriously. I started playing way back then.
Right.
Right. And so what was happening is these kids were like addicted, right? And so parents were getting real scared.
Okay.
And so kids are not looking where they're going and they're walking into places they're not supposed to go, et cetera, et cetera. There was a lot of bugs, I guess, at the beginning. And so people were going places they weren't supposed to go. They were doing things they weren't supposed to do. I went one time in a place in Dallas and there was like a rare Pokemon popped up. And so many people started running that people started getting hurt.
What the?
It was like super crazy in the beginning. And so it's died down. Like we've kind of
figure it out.
We grew up,
updated.
right? Like we learned how to play and, blah, 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 right? And so
staying safe.
But at the time, the way the game works is that it keeps track of your GPS.
Right.
And depending on where you are, those kinds of Pokemon are going to pop up and there's things you can interact with in the real world, et cetera, et cetera. And a lot of parents weren't comfortable with that, right? Because this game is watching my kids 24/7.
Oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
Like,
and so there was a lot of this kind of paranoia, right?
Right.
And so there started to be these rumors that these kids were getting lured into these places with these rare Pokemon and that clowns were killing them and all this weird stuff. One of these people that was doing a prank, and I don't remember exactly where it was, but somebody dressed up as a clown and was trying to scare somebody. That clown ended up getting killed because the person freaked out and stabbed the clown to death. Right.
Right.
And so this was in multiple countries. It was in,
there were at some point there were actually clowns following people, like running behind them and stuff like that. So it got like
a lot of traction. Yeah. A lot of people
it got to the paranoid.
Right.
People like around. Yeah.
So let's bring this home. Right. 2015. What was going on in your life and what do you remember about that?
2015, 2016, I was in high school. That's around the time I got pregnant, more or less.
So the clowns were out.
They were out and about.
And you were meeting some of them, apparently.
But that's not the one that got me pregnant, though.
Okay. Good to know.
Anyways, that's the joke.
Yeah.
But that was... Yeah, I was in high school already. I was in Porter. Then I moved over to Lincoln. But let me bring it out. I don't know if you knew this, but in Porter, we did have our Killer Clown episode.
Scary Clown?
Scary Clown.
Mm-hmm. And what was the story with that?
So I wish it was that scary, but it's not a story.
The Valley version.
Yeah, the Valley version didn't make it through, guys. So it was more like...
Oh, no. Jesus Christ.
So basically, everybody went to school that morning.
At Porter.
At Porter High School in Brownsville, Texas. Yeah. You guys can look this up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think the guy got arrested. He got arrested. Yeah. There's a picture, right?
There is a picture.
Yeah, okay.
Planning on manipulating it to be our thumbnail.
Anyways.
I'm not trying to dox this person. He was a kid at the time.
Yeah, he was a kid at the time,
and
and it was Porter, so what do you expect?
True. Yeah.
So,
but
moving forward, it was during a class. So it was like in the middle of class, I guess, and people started reporting that there was a guy dressed up as a clown walking around school grounds, this and this and that.
Yeah.
So they reported it. They're like, lockdown. Cops come over. They search through the school. They find the guy. They take him into custody, I guess. I don't know if he got charged for anything, to be honest.
I think he did. What did I had it looked up somewhere.
But, I mean, no weapons were mentioned that I know of. Like if he had a bat or a knife or anything like that, no.
Yeah. So this is the thing that I guess
he was just walking around in school as a clown.
Yeah, and I remember reading about.
You were in Porter High School?
No. I actually didn't. I'm like you. I think that's one of the reasons we get along. I didn't spend much time in high school either. I mean, it's not that I got pregnant.
But I was pregnant.
Yeah, I was just a loser. It's a little different. Yeah, wasn't getting laid in high school.
Different type of losers. But anyways.
Right. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
And so, what was I going to get at? So he was arrested.
Right.
And I remember there was in my research when I was talking with Alan about this, I looked up a lot of stuff, and the superintendent and the principals and everybody came out.
Right.
Like really strong. And
as if, I mean, he didn't have any weapons. We're not going to
tolerate, and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so this is kind of where, like I said, first of all, I think because of the show that we do even, I'm not really that scared of things too often.
Right.
Right. I mean, I hang out at cemeteries quite a bit. I go to haunted places.
Yeah.
I'm not easily scared.
Sure.
This guy's just as a clown. Like, it's not like...
He didn't have a weapon.
Didn't have a weapon.
He wasn't aggressive.
And everybody freaks out.
Yeah.
And so...
I kind of get where you're coming from. Like, I totally get it. So...
I'm going to be honest with you.
If he was being aggressive to other students...
Right.
If he was, like, knocking on doors, knocking on windows...
Right.
Something.
Right.
And be like, okay, yeah, like, we're not going to tolerate that.
Because I'm going to be honest with you. Although I didn't go to high school down here.
Right.
I did live down here during my high school age years. Right.
Okay.
I was already kicked out of school, but I was living in Harlingen at the time.
Why? You dressed up as a clown too?
Well, no, that's not what I was going to get at. But a lot of the ladies that I went to college with did their makeup like clowns.
Oh, right.
And nobody told them shit.
Right.
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 It's like these ladies are caking this stuff on.
Right.
And it's like, you can't just go around arresting people because you don't like the way they do their makeup. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's just what I think.
True.
Right. And so if we go around arresting people because we don't like the way that they do their makeup, like.
Right. Or the way they dress. Let's put it at
that. The way that they dress, the masks that they wear. Like, if we do that, China's already won.
We're gonna get
the devil already won. Right? I mean, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
And so there's a thing called...
That's how he feels, guys. Not me. I didn't say anything.
Do you know what the uncanny valley is?
No. What's that?
So an uncanny valley is like this psychological... I don't know if it's like a phenomenon, I guess is the best way to say it. So clowns look human, but they're just a little bit off, right? Like their makeups are exaggerated or their hair is exaggerated. Their shoes are bigger. So when you look at them, you don't see a human being. You see something close to a human being, but not exactly.
But a cartoon version of it. Okay.
And so sometimes, like whenever do you remember when we first came up with the idea of this and I took our graduation picture?
Right.
And I elongated everybody else's faces except ours.
Right.
And it looks super creepy, right? All our classmates.
Yeah.
Right? It looks super creepy because they look human, but not really exactly. Off, right.
Right.
And then so the same thing, like when you think about Annabelle, the movie.
It's like a doll.
It's a doll that's not really human. It's human-like, but not exactly. That kind of creepiness that you get with those types of things. Some people feel that way about mannequins.
Oh, that's true.
Right. And so there's these different things that are very human-like, but they're not exactly human-like. I think aliens can do that.
I mean, I think even it gets to a point where your brain triggers it like it's human, but it's not.
But it's not.
So like
have you ever seen those movies? There's one, I think it's called Her, and it's a robot girl.
I think, yeah.
And like, so her head doesn't look right, and like she looks real human, but not really. And it's like, or like sex dolls, or, like it goes on and on. Even some people.
Sex dolls.
Well,
anyways.
But like, you could even say to the extent, like some people with plastic surgery that like they've gone really extreme, they're starting to look less human. Like, you've heard of these. They call them cat women that look like cats.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
right. And it just like, there's this creepiness element, but it doesn't mean that they're dangerous.
No, it's just
But I think that's kind of what was going on here. It's like, I get if the teachers are upset that you're disrupting class, but arresting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's because the reason people are scared of clowns is just something off.
Different.
Yeah. Because really, what are you scared of a clown for?
I mean, not like they interviewed him and like asked him like, hey, so what's up?
Yeah. This is another thing that I think schools do especially, and maybe high schools especially, is like one kid does this and now all the kids, you know, especially because at the time it's like going viral all over.
But might as well. Porter was a bunch of clowns.
It's true. I should have really worked on some sounds for this.
I'm just going to say it builds character.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean,
is there any situation that you have been in where you saw something that was kind of innocent the way a clown would be, right? Just a clown.
Right.
But then you felt, even if it was for like a moment, like just really scared. And then you're like, oh shit, no, like, and you like, you know what I mean? Like you kind of shake yourself out of it. Do you ever have anything like that?
I don't think so.
So the first time I ever saw a little person was at a circus and they were dressed as a clown.
Okay.
And I was probably 4 or 5 and I could not get my head around what I was looking at. And so I wouldn't say that I was scared, but I was really confused. And they like gave out these coloring books at this circus. And they gave me one because I'm like a little bitty kid.
Right.
And the clowns were in the coloring book that they gave me.
Oh, so what's that? It was them?
It was them. Like they were characters, right?
It wasn't just a clown in a book. No, it was them in a book. Them,
yeah. And so I guess like you're supposed to remember what colors they were wearing and color it when you get home. I don't know. But I remember I was remembering looking through the coloring book and you see the giraffes and you see the elephants.
And you see the clowns.
And then there's clowns and all this stuff. And then the thing starts and, you know, you have giraffes in your coloring book and elephants and lions. And then you see them and there's nothing freaks you out about that. But then you start to see the clowns that are in your coloring book. And you're like, I'm in another planet here. Like this,
it's the same size as a coloring book. Like, what do you mean?
And especially, you know, being that young, and it was just like, what is happening right now? Because he had like this big, oversized hat and these big, huge hands. His hands were running real big, and he was my height, like a little bit taller than me, and I'm like 4.
Well, keep in mind you're kind of big.
Yeah, but it was very weird, and so clearly I wasn't in any danger. But as a kid, I do remember kind of what, you know, and like, you know, I wasn't a dumb kid, so I figured it out pretty quickly. But it was one of those. I'm
pretty sure it took you like 2 years.
Yeah, in the writing of this episode, I figured out.
You're like, oh,
it was a little person. I thought they washed him and he shrunk.
I had a crucial brain.
But I mean, it could be anything, right? Like it could be. I don't know. Like, I mean, some people are scared of priests, you know?
That shit.
Like nuns kind of freak me out a little bit.
Nuns?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I never went to a Catholic school. So like nuns are like all from like, well, the Nun movie.
What freaks me out? Good question.
Mm-hmm.
Good fucking question.
Do you have any phobias at all? While you're thinking of that, I'm going to share mine.
Okay.
So I'm not scared of animals in general, right? I do wildlife photography, so I'm around snakes and all kinds of animals.
Okay.
And I'm even around roaches periodically. When a roach starts flying, though, all bets are off.
I mean,
I don't like flying roaches.
It's not like I'm screaming like, oh shit, David, like kill it. Like, no, it's just like it's flying like, oh shit, okay, move. But
yeah, I would totally move. I would just pack my shit up and I would move.
No, not move like
we're the same. Same.
No.
Same.
No.
Yeah, that sounded like a clown show right there. Different buzzers.
No, it's just like move out of the way, like not land on me. But that's
I'm like
about it.
getting a new identification, changing my name. I'm starting a new life.
I mean, not even spiders. Like if I see one like just walking, I'm like, oh shit, there's a spider. Like like it's.
All right. So
I don't know what really freaks me out.
you have like a different. You don't get scared, but you get grossed out easily. Like
fuck you! I knew it. No,
but it's like something different, right? I'm not gonna. Yeah, see, like you're already getting
it's
shaky.
Not like people want to hear you gag.
You're getting.
They don't.
It's not gonna be me. It's not
No.
gonna be me.
No.
It's not gonna be me. But see how you're getting? Like that's the anxiety.
Yeah. No,
That's the anxiety that a person would get if they were scared.
Okay, what David is seeing right now is me just pulling my face, like if I'm fucking like a crazy person, like going through.
Learned about this by complete accident, trying to be a good guy.
No,
I learned about it completely by accident.
Harmlessly, he found out. Well, everybody found out in class.
Yes, so I'm gonna tell this story.
Grossed out.
And I'm not gonna
You're not gonna.
I'm not gonna provoke you.
Right.
I'm gonna tell the story. So one of my favorite things.
Even thinking about it, I can't. It's just.
One of my favorite things is salted caramel.
It's fucking gross.
And
Disgusting.
so I'm in class.
Right.
And I'm telling everybody about it. And nobody had salted caramel at the time. At least the group that we're in. We were working on.
I think it was me, Pancho, Smiley, Edgar.
Yeah. That was the team and me.
Yeah.
And we were working on a transmission.
Allegedly.
We were working on transmission. And with me, I'm always talking during everything. And
sure.
It's
everybody.
And it's not even about transmissions.
No,
right?
we're just.
And I think I was hungry at the time, right? I felt like, have you ever had, what's your favorite dessert? Blah, 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 right? And so I tell you all that I like salted caramel.
Yeah.
And Smiley, one of our friends.
The stupidest one.
Yes, he's not smart. But anyway, it's like he couldn't get his head around salt on caramel. Like it didn't make any sense.
It didn't.
And so we're
again, he's stupid.
And so we're gonna break for lunch. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna buy some salted caramels because I love it. I love it. I love it. And so I bring it back, and it's not exactly what I was talking about, but I felt like it was close enough.
Right.
And so you were super skeptical.
Yeah.
Like you didn't even want to try it.
No.
You're one of those that if it looks weird, you don't want to eat it.
No.
Right? Or if it sounds weird, you don't want to try it.
Nope. If it smells, sounds, looks off, I'm not.
She's not going to try it. She's not going to look at it. She's not going to anything. No. And so I gave her one. It's in her hand. And smiling, he just eats it. And so you look at him and it looks like, okay, he's surviving this. It doesn't look so bad. And so you start opening it up. And right when you're about to eat it, he starts making gross sounds like it makes him sick or whatever like that.
Like throwing up.
Yeah. I'm not going to do it because Bianca gets super pissed and she reacts violently.
It's gross, guys. I can't.
So I'm not going to make these noises. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm having a hard time looking at you.
There's probably people out there that go through the same shit as me.
I 100% agree with you. And
this is a podcast. David.
Yeah, I know. And I'm going to just let our listeners know that me looking at you right now and the agony that you're going through is hard for me to talk about this. But he was making these like he was getting sick or whatever.
I look like a fucking crackhead scratching my head, guys, basically.
And
not
so,
my head, my face.
And then you reacted way more than he was pretending. You were doing it for real.
Yeah.
And so that's how I learned about your sensitivity. So you don't generally, and we've been in a lot of hairy situations.
No, wait. No.
Okay, so that's a saying. It's a saying. It doesn't mean what you think it means. We live in Brownsville.
Yeah.
We went to school in Brownsville. You live in Brownsville. We walk downtown at night. We've been in situations that could be scary. And you're not a chicken shit. You don't.
No.
You just have this other thing. I
had to basically toughen it up in that sense.
Right. And I think that's what it is. I think that it's because.
But when it comes to I'm not going to say food wise because In a way, it's kind of like food, but it's more of so of
Gross.
Gross, yeah. If I hear people throwing up, it's like no.
So
I can't.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
And if I see it, that's it. I'm done.
So the video that you sent me today, this goes back to us having the same fucking algorithm.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
So the video you sent me today, I actually sent to you on Sunday, but I almost didn't send it to you because of that. Because I'm very careful, because there's a lot of videos that I see.
Yeah.
I think this is a difference in our algorithm. I do see a lot of gross stuff too.
Right.
Like there is a whole channel that I watch where the guy just eats the grossest stuff.
No, you see, no.
And so those things I never send you. I never send you because I know how like it's not a joke with you, right? Like it's like you really bother you.
Like it.
And so one of the things that I think when you were thinking about like, well, what gets to you, right? When I think about like Cerveza Claus and the people that I've seen, right? Those people live around you.
Right.
And so you're not scared because you're normal.
Unless they do something gross, then I'm backing out.
Right. So the gross is a completely different.
Yeah. So like if they throw up in front of me, no, like you win the fight. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not getting.
That's how they get you. Mm-hmm. That's your kryptonite.
Right. And
so with me, it's like a flying roach, but for you, it's like gagging or choking or throwing up, something like that. Yeah. That's gonna be your. No. Like if you were.
So if you're choking in front of me, I'm not doing CPR. Just know that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Well, I might have to now that I'm going. Oh, fuck. You see, no.
Yeah. No, I'm going to be honest with you, because we're pretty good friends.
Right.
Seeing you going through what you're going through just in this conversation, like it's not pleasant for me either. Like I feel what you're feeling. Do you know what I mean? So.
No.
So we're going to put a bow in that. Right there.
Any update on Keys? Because I haven't. I mean, I added him on Facebook.
I was going to say, I only added him because you told me to add him.
No, it's because I want to see, like, to keep things fair, right? We're going on the same, like, I take a step, you take a step. Let's see, like, where he leans on or whatever.
So this is what my plan was, is that I wasn't going to add him because then you would be in the lead, right?
Man!
But you convinced me and I added him. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think I see him more than you do because I do run into him. But he hasn't tried to hook up with me at all. So
not even a wink or blinking.
It's hard to say with this guy. So Angie was kind of thinking that we were being mean. It's not because he's bisexual.
No.
It's because he's weird.
But it's all jokes.
It's jokes. But I mean, he's weird, but it's not because he's bisexual.
Yeah, it's funny. He knows that.
He's
knows. Funny.
He knows, and he wants to get with both of us.
Wait. No. No. Speak for yourself, dude.
I think he does.
I mean, after a joke or two, I wouldn't mind.
Oh, see? I like that. You squeezed in our new drink, the joke. We need to get a website, and we need to add our drinks. And we'll keep people posted on that.
But you take a measure. You didn't take a measure of how much chamoy I put in.
I'm going to say a shot.
Of chamoy.
A shot of chamoy. That's what I'm going to say. I didn't know how much tahini, but.
It wasn't that much.
That's it for today. Thank you for listening.
Bye, guys.
We will see you next week.